Is Briana Mastin, and I'm from the year 2100, and I'm here to tell you some information about what you have in store for the years to come. Well, as you probably know, that makes me 99. So you still live in Minnesota. You're not a doctor like you hoped you would be. You are married. But your three children are horrible. Not all the way horrible, just mostly horrible. And the good news is Trump got assassinated in 2018. Just kidding. I'm here to tell you your reality and help you get to where you should be. Well, throughout your life coming up, you'll come across many obstacles that you feel like you will be stuck in and that you can't really do anything about it. For instance, like you'll run across relationships where you feel like the world's gonna end, and you have family problems that have nothing to do with you, but you're involved in them because you're family and you're there. And then people will come across your path in life who will seem like they're there to help you and that they're all about you, but that's not the case. Like, a lot of people are there to try to use you and get what they can from you, and then just be on their way back to doing what it is they need to do for their next come up. And that can hurt. Like, I'm not saying all people have been like that, but there's been a good amount. And you'll get hurt throughout life, and the fantasy that you have in your head of you can conquer any and everything, and that you're pretty invincible, and that you can marry the man in your dreams and become a doctor and live happily ever after with your children. That fantasy doesn't exist. At least the way life's panned out for me, it hasn't. Not saying that I regret anything. It's just not the way, when I was your age, expected it to be. But I tell you to definitely be cautious right now and to really focus on what you personally need to do. Because if you don't, then all of the fantasies, the backlash is going to just hit you really hard. And it's going to be hard for you to recover from that. Excuse me. I'm sure you remember that during your freshman year, you read about the story of the prodigal son, where the young boy decided to take all of his inheritance money and go out into the world on his own and see what the world has to offer, and ended up being swindled out of his inheritance, having to find a crappy job, and ended up coming back home. I think that story could teach anybody a lot, really, because it goes to show, really be a child as long as possible, as you possibly can, really, and enjoy it. Don't try to grow up faster than you have to. And honestly, you really just need to, you really just need to stop thinking you know it all. Because at a young age, you don't. And respect your elders, especially your parents. Listen to what they have to tell you, because 9 times out of 10, they know what's best for you, and they won't steer you wrong. Some advice that I wish that I knew when I was 14 or 15 years old was when our Uncle Kerry had told us, always know your worth, because so many people will try to run over you. And if you don't know your worth, then it becomes a lot easier for them to do that. And it doesn't end well for you. And your mom, and I think this is the best person who could have possibly told me this, but Mom told me to never live with regrets, because that would be a heavy burden on your heart that would be hard to carry on throughout life. And that's something you'll never want to live with, because it'll be hard to pursue new opportunities if you regret not always doing something, or not, really trying things. And something that I thought was pretty interesting, but we were once told to always live with laughter. Now, I remember being 14 or 15 years old and loving to laugh at so many things. Like, I just found so many things funny, even if, other people didn't find it funny. I thought it was funny just because I could get to laugh and, get it out, So, really, I can give you this advice and tell you that life isn't as hard as it may seem, but you need to have fun and be a teenager as long as you possibly can, like I already said, because you have your whole life to do important things like work and take care of family and, everything else that you'll learn that adults have to do. And it's okay to be moderately, and respectfully I guess, wild and free, because you only have, a certain amount of time to be a teenager. And, like Mom said, you don't want to regret not being able to do something, or not being able to enjoy those years you have, because those are the last years you have to not be responsible, 100% responsible for yourself. And so you want to be able to say that, years down the road, you enjoyed your teenage years, because you don't get one shot. And ultimately, love yourself, because you're a beautiful young woman growing up, and guys have always been a struggle for you. So love yourself, no matter what anybody says, what anybody thinks. Love yourself. That's all I have. See you later, and do it right this time.